Volume ya TV. Huh? Yeah, so guys, now we have to turn to Live Saga TV, guys, so that we do an analysis of one thing or the other before I sleep, guys. So during the day, of course, I had just to plan on one or two things there. And now I'm here to talk about, you remember recently we talked about Togo and protests that were happening around the place, guys. So welcome on board. I know you'll be coming by. I really appreciate your support all the time. All the time. So thank you so much for your support. So let's get to talk about Nigeria and Ghana. Of course, Nigeria and Ghana have this tension that are going on, Of course, US is also involved because we have Nigeria online shopping crisis going on. And maybe some people may not understand, but we have tariff battles taking place with Trump deciding to put tariffs on most of the countries in the world. Now, Kenya has not been saved in the situation. And of course, we've seen Gachagua blaming the president for all. That Ruto is actually guilty for the tariffs. Of course, Kenya has not been considered in the NATO aspect. I don't know what your thought is. Do you blame the president of Kenya for what has the U.S. Strict measures are? Of course, we've seen that of late, Mudavadi is coming out saying that Kenya and the U.S. have no problem and they are going to work together and will still be reconsidered. But the fact that they did not want to consider us at first means there is a problem, guys. A problem is a problem, however much we pretend and hide it. Let's listen to Gachagua.
Now please me to explain to you why we fell out. I believe this man because he came with the Bible and I'm a Christian. I'm the husband of a pastor. So when you come with the Bible and say you are saved, I believed this man. And all the things he told me and told the people of Kenya, we believed. I did not even have an MOU with him. We never wrote any agreement. I believed everything he told me. But when we arrived in government, it's a one-man show. He makes all the decisions. And all these decisions are selfish. It's about him. He's a businessman. He doesn't care for the country. And I started telling him this is wrong. Within a very short time, he captured Parliament. Parliament cannot ask a question. He captured the Senate. They cannot ask a question. He compromised all institutions of oversight. Nobody can ask a question. The only person who remained who could ask a question was Tinga, Raila Odinga. And he told me, go look for this man. He loves money. You give him some money, he'll also keep quiet. And sure, as December 25 is Christmas.
Gachagua is the drama king. Gachagua the drama king. King. Ricky G. So Ricky G goes on revealing about the president. And of course, many people say, mulisema, kufa makanga, kufa dereva. Makanga amekuwa mzuri kuliko dereva ama wote ni wabaya, they should just sit down so that we get new blood, Guys, type on the comment section if you have thoughts about this and let's see about it. Now, in Kenya, we have a lot of crisis because with the wars going by and people talking about each other, blaming each other, what if Gachagua is coming to lie to us again? Because he said he trusted who? He trusted Ruto because of the Bible. Rachel is also a pastor, right? Just like Gashagua's wife is a pastor. What if Gachagua himself is also lying to us? He's molding a story for the day. Anyway, let's focus on what he told us. Gachagua tells us that all this while, the president has been making decisions which are selfish. Now, guys, if you've done Samaritan, the Samaritan, a play written by John Lara, you understand the politics and politicians. Of course, politicians hold coups within the, the parliament, and they make sure that they always have the rise in salaries and even evade taxes. They make sure that their companies are doing very well while the citizens suffer. John Akwongo, say something else. Nobody is going to come. Hey, come where? John Akwongo, you're saying nobody's coming. Why? People are coming, guys. We have hope. We have hope because this is a political analysis channel. We also analyze sagas. Of course, currently, it's a sad mood. Uh, a sad mood with a lot of people dying, guys. Hey, today, Kenya has been on the toll, guys. You saw the accidents, the train accident with the bus and at Naivasha. And then there was another accident involving the aeroplane in Kiambu. 6 people died. The way that plane came and fell on the house, it's like, what the hell? Okay. So John Akwongo says it's a joke. I understand, We have to joke for us to survive because pressure. Everybody currently is like, all my enemies are suffering. All my enemies are suffering. And somebody is like, Okwo. If you sing for somebody that all the enemies are suffering, that is not true. Did you hear Ogo Obina? Ogo Obina said that not all enemies are suffering. I don't know if you got that joke. He was saying that sometimes we should sing that all all I'm doing is suffering apart from my enemies. I don't know. Anyway, that is just it's called a comic break, guys. Thank you, John Akwongo. Hey, people, come around, don't scare me. Because politics is politics, we have to laugh at it, however serious it looks, Gachagua is laughing about it, but I know when he goes back to his house, he's so stressed because he's wondering whether he's going to make it or Ruto will go back for the 4 years, the 5 years and make him feel it, because that is what Farouk and Sudi have been swearing. So guys, and Kamenyet or Kamiket, all right. So let's come back to what Gachagua has been passing. The message is passing here. And he's trying to insinuate that the difference between him and Ruto was the selfish aspect, selfishness. And of course, most African leaders are very selfish. When they decide to say they are going back for leadership, look at Uganda case, look at Tanzania with Suluhu, look at Cameroon, Ahmad. Salam alaikum. How are you? Nice. Okay, thank you so much for the commentary. I really appreciate. All right. Thank you. Guys, consider to like the video too. As you come in, subscribe if you've not done so. Like the video, and let's continue fighting for this space. Guys, I'm so appreciative. We're about 200 subscribers now, and I'm so happy. All right, Hamad. Hamad tells me very, very nice. All right. Okay. Yeah, so let's go on with Gachagua's endete, or rather hula balloons here. So what does he say again? Let's check on him.
I'm telling you, just as sure as December 25 is Christmas.
Okay, Ahmad.
The man is eating, and hence observing table manners. He cannot speak, his mouth is full.
Hey, guys, if you know what satire is, if you know what satire is, you understand what Gachagua was saying. When you see the people are keeping quiet like Mbade, you see our Kakamega man in the treasury quiet, you know. Hey, when you see anybody who is quiet in the government, they are observing table manners. They are observing better table manners because food is in the mouth. Are you getting that analogy? That is what Gachagua was reminding us. So him speaking because he's not eating. Hey, that is a bad analogy anyway, because it insinuates that when these people get into government, they begin eating and therefore they keep quiet. And the citizens continue to suffer, guys. I don't know. How long should we suffer? I think the end of our suffering should come. The end of our suffering should come. We cannot continue suffering forever with low salaries, high taxes, paying for all the insurances in the world. Eric Avram, hello, welcome on board. Like the video. Ahmad, you've not liked the video. Like the video, please. Kindly give the video a kiss, right? Okay. So, Gachagua has reminded us something. Most politicians, thank you so much for the like. I don't know whether it's Ahmad or Eric Avram. I really appreciate. You don't know what it means for me. It's great favor you do. Because without you people coming here, viewing the videos, liking them, sharing, I don't know where I would be. Israel Adam, hey mommy, like Dan, mommy, wow, we know. Ismail Adan has really been campaigning for Babu Owino, and no problem. He's worth it. When he speaks, he doesn't speak for a tribe, he speaks for Kenyans. So we wish the best for him, and we really hope that he gets the seat and serves the people in the right way. Because, guys, what we want in Kenya is just proper leadership. A governance which will serve the people and where people will get what they deserve. A leader who understands the demands on the ground and will actually offer what citizens need. Full stop. If that is offered, I don't think there will be any demonstrations, no strikes, no noise, and we'll be happy. And there will be no enemy suffering. Everybody will be a friend, right? Hey, guys, So, I was talking about Gachagua before I diverted my attention. But anyway, forgive me for it because this should be fun. It shouldn't be a very serious business. We shouldn't be in a serious mood. We should be in a joyous mood, guys. However much things are difficult, we cannot frown our pockets empty and again we frown on the channel, guys. We have to smile all the way up to the end of the thing. Ismail Adan is like Kenya versus Congo. Kenya win one time, Ruto. Aye, do you know that Kenya has played with Angola and Kenya has scored one, Angola one, and they are supposed to go for penalty, possibly. So what do you expect, Ismail Adan? What do you expect? What do you expect? Predict. All right. So, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. When citizens speak, I don't see how they'll use whichever shortcuts. We've had the Isiolo MP, we've had Oscar Sudi, we've had this guy from Kajiado, and even Farouk and all those sorts saying that they'll fill watajaza vikapu. Even if they don't have votes, they'll fill the basket. I don't know how they'll do it, but that kind of talk is very reckless in a country. How do you tell the voters or citizens that even if we don't have votes, we'll fill the baskets? Hey, it is arrogance of the highest order from the leaders, guys. But anyway, let's see what will happen. Eric Abraham, you never responded after that. Okay, so let's get to listen more from Gachagua. He's a comedian of late. And a day cannot go before he throws some stones. Kenya win, Ruto. Give player money, 1 million. Promise to Ruto. Hey.
Decided to go for the hyena with the teeth. And it started with me. So somebody was telling me, much as I sympathize with you, nafikiri ni sawa, hii fisi yuko na meno ilianza na wewe. Ndio sasa ikujie si. So yesterday I heard David Morales say that Jubilee can support Raila Odinga if they abandon William Ruto. Raila Odinga and William Ruto are birds of the same feather. None of them is an alternative. We must get rid of the two because they are Kenya's problem. So when he bought Raila Odinga and he kept quiet, then he started stealing everything in the country. Started killing people. And I disagreed with him. And I was left as the only option now to fight for the people of Kenya from within government. Everybody else had been compromised. I was left alone. And I started fighting from within. So when he decided to kill our children agency, I said no. And when he insisted and killed them on June 25th.
Alright guys, Israel Adan is telling us the best English master Owino Babu. Owino Babu is good even in both English and Kiswahili, guys. When you listen to him, he flows with the vibe. And recently we heard him speaking Kikuyu, guys. And I know he can speak Luo. I don't know whether he can speak Luya, Kalenjin. I'm not so much aware. But he's a guy who is actually very versatile and, you know, with all the veil to focus on politics, guys. Anyway, it is what it is, you know.
I would have joined him in all the deals. E-Citizen, we do. Fuliza, we do.
Hey, Gachagua is unveiling serious accusations against Ruto because he's saying Fuliza ni yake. And he had this other one. How do we call it? Hustler ni yake. E-Citizen, many services ni zake. Na SHA, kuna percentage yake, guys. How true are these accusations, guys? We can't tell. But now, I always say when the alligator comes out of the water and says the crocodile is sick, who doubts the story? We have no reason to doubt. If we have to doubt, then until it's proven otherwise. And Ruto has not given us a reason to prove otherwise, even though they are just saying that they have been there 2 years. However, the looting is too much. The looting is too much. Owino Babu say if people of Kenya is angry, they will. They will. So if the Kenyan people are angry, they'll tell the police. Or what are you saying, Adan?
Because he was willing to let me eat so that I keep quiet.
Now, how true is it that Gachagua was actually promised enough money and business, then he could keep quiet, and he stopped that? Now, what was his interest? Was the interest in the people or the other? Now, what I wonder is during the impeachment process, that is when we saw Gachagua speaking. Now, the man is there talking about church. And of course, I remember recently Museveni calling him Bishop. Museveni called him Bishop. He called Ruto Bishop. But Ismail Adan here is saying Ruto anataka maombi kuliko watu wa Kenya. I hope maombi si ya kutoka kwa Rachel, because maombi ya Rachel, the prayers from Rachel did not work, guys. They did not work. However much she turned water into, I don't know, dirty water into clean water, it did not work. So guys, let's come to another unveiling story here that is very disturbing. Very disturbing, guys. Kuria, Moses Kuria, if you know, he came up with a story indicating that he's not going to sit around and let the government go to the dogs while he watches. So when he walked out, he never revealed why. But now there is an audio going around where he's saying that he walked out so that he doesn't sit to watch the country go to the dogs. He also indicated that there were sacrifices that are yet to happen. Let's just listen to this video so that I don't give my own words, guys. What do you think about this? These are very disturbing details in Kenya. Sometimes you wonder what to believe and what to hold for this. Yeah, so let's listen to this. So that is Moses Kuria for you in politics.
Okay. Huwezi kulibeba kwa siasa. Raila Odinga and William Ruto will work together after the election. Na kuna watu wataachwa kwa mata. And you know Baba kitu mnaita. Yes, he's in opposition throughout his life. But look at, he's always where in the warm corner of the opposition.
Indeed, the two ended up working together. Now, Prophet Moses Kuria has come back with another prophecy.
Hey, that was what Moses Kuria said some years back, some time back, right? And of course, when you watch David Wafula and other people, you'll get these details. Sometimes I have to tap from them because they are very major political analysts. But okay, Ruto must go one time, please. Put us Kenya versus Angola lively penalty, please. Okay, those are Ismail Adan's wishes. I'm not seeing other people contributing. What do you think? You can actually make friends and make contributions towards the discussion. You're free to do so. So let's continue with the chat. Like the video, subscribe the channel and keep sharing.
Ukuje nikupatie copy ya vile mtu anaachana na hii maneno na unaishi maisha mazuri. Mimi sasa naamka ile saa nataka kuamka na hakuna mtu ananisumbua. So kadosi usiogope. Mimi nataka kuambia viongozi kwamba hii nchi sio yetu. Hii nchi sio yetu. Hii nchi ni ya watoto wetu. Na ile miaka tumekuwa na mtu kama Kadozi kwa uongozi ni miaka karibu 30 na kitu. Tulikuwa na nafasi ya kuharibu nchi. 1992 hatukuharibu. 1997 hatukuharibu. Hiyo miaka yote hatukuharibu Kenya. Kenya imesimama. Isikuwe ni sisi sasa tutaharibia watoto wetu nchi. Waje tuachie nchi. Wakitaka kuharibu wenyewe waharibu, lakini tupatie watoto wetu ile nafasi ambao sisi tulipatiwa. Manake mimi naangalia vile hii nchi inaenda, padri tuombe maombi mengi sana. Mimi naona hatuendi vizuri. Na mimi naona Mungu vile tumetoa kafara hapa katika ibada ya misa. Mungu anataka kafara pia. Na atapita na watu hapa. Na mimi tu nikasema wacha nijiondoe asipite na mimi. Kwa sababu mimi naona Mungu atachukua watu wawili, moja wawili tu. Aseme sababu sitakasirikia hao wote. Wacha nipite na KJ na Kadosi.
Now that is the latest from Kuria, guys. Kuria is trying to give other accusations or other manifestations that are quite chilling. And Kuria says that that's why he's away from government, so that he has a free life. He's not a prisoner. He's not going to work under anybody's, shoes. Now here, he tries to prove something, and I'm not sure about what he's saying. He's saying that God might want a sacrifice of 2 or more people, possibly corrupt individuals. So the corrupt individuals in the government, according to Kuria, will be done away with, or rather they'll have to go. Whether it is through impeachment or whichever process, I do not understand. But the reality is that somebody has to go. And 2 of them, of course, from Kuria's instructions. And of course, when I looked at David Wafula was suggesting that there is a possibility. Let's just pay attention here.
One Kenyan man refused to help a girl who was being devoured by ants due to fears of incarceration. Rightfully so, by the way. A new trend has started of people minding their own business. Here's one such example. Moses Kuria inakaa ni sure bet. So let people pray without ceasing of the law for him to validate that statement. Let the corrupt leaders who are enriching themselves be on notice. Because wachana na ile ingine ile prophecy tuliambiwa dunia itaisha. Hii ya Moses Kuria inakaa ni sure bet. So let people was being devoured by ants due to fears of incarceration. Rightfully so, by the way. A new trend has started of people minding their own business. Here's one such example.
Guys, I've just
Hey, would you mind your business? Would you mind your business? Somebody would ask, So Ismail Adan is like, please, we are, where are Nairobi or Isiolo? You are living Nairobi or Isiolo? Oh, you're asking where do I live, Nairobi or Isiolo? I think that is the question or something. I'm neither in any of the two. Neither in any of the two. I thought you slept. All right, so why not Joseph Wambura? Welcome. Good evening here. And I'm so happy. I really went through 2 more videos today from Why Not Joseph Wambura, and I liked what I saw. So Ismail Adan is asking whether I'm in Nairobi or Isiolo. I don't want to lie, but I'm not in Nairobi, I'm not in Isiolo. I operate from including Taita to other places, other regions, guy. So I'm not in Nairobi at all, at all. But Isiolo I've visited, I've passed by while going to Garissa. Nairobi I've been there for a long time, very long. And soon I'll be Nairobi, in fact, but I'm not in Nairobi. So why not Joseph Wambura from Machakos? Welcome here. And you, Ismail Aden, are you in Isiolo or Nairobi? Because you seem to be in the 2 places. Why not Joseph Wambura? So thank you so much on board. And we are talking about these shenanigans in political situation, and we are like, what the hell is Kuria talking about when he says that God made wand? Okay, specific place, Taita Mwatate. Why not Joseph Umambura? You said you are from Machakos, right? Okay, but currently I'm in Mias, of course. I showed you the video. I showed you the video while traveling all the way. But sometimes I find myself in Nairobi, other times in different places. Depending on the activity, I keep moving from here to other places, guys. No problem. Let's flow with the vibe. Sometimes I be in other Kakamega and all those. But it is what it is. So you are in Migori, Kuria? Oh, so you are close to these people at Nyabohanse. Why not Joseph Wambura? I thought you are the one who was in Machakos. You're not in Machakos anymore. Why not Joseph Wambura? All right. So it means you are very close to Marwa and Marwa, Rosios, and Devi Jr. You can give us some hot soup when I'm on edutainment for us. No problem, no wahala. So let's go on with the political shenanigans, guys, in the country. Now, Peace reigns when everything is okay. But I don't know how people expect that peace can reign when everything is not okay. Now, looking at the war that has been between Gachagua and the government, it is a long, long war, and it's neither going to end today or tomorrow. Now, given that Raila Odinga is getting to the warm corners of the government and working alongside, and ODM is quickly fading away, what is going to happen? And of course, many people are still claiming Gachagua cannot vie for the post. So it is high time we get to know that early, you know. Ismail Adan. Okay, so why not Wambura is saying, no, I'm close to Marwa, but far from Marwa village. Okay, so you are not in Nyabohanse? Okay, Ismail Adan, you didn't tell us, are you in Isiolo or Nairobi? Because from the 2 places you mentioned, you don't seem to be, you seem to be from one of those. Okay, no problem. Now guys, let's talk about something known as peace. When people talk about peace, they don't know, okay, Isiolo. Isiolo, I saw it in somebody's video. There's a YouTuber who did something about Isiolo. And I don't know, I saw some good stuff in terms of trees planted. I don't know whether it was that place because I saw some trees planted in Isiolo town. Then I have a friend who was actually working in Isiolo. A lady who comes from Kitale, but she works in Isiolo. Specific place is Remanyanki. Remanyanki, okay. Great. It's great to know that. Because for me, I belong to different places. Born in Kakamega, stays in Nairobi at some time, depending on the activities. Currently in Mias because I'm doing some things there. Sometimes I'm found in Mwatate. Sometimes I'm in Kitale. Sometimes Kakamega. Different places, different activities. So you will always see me moving from one place to another in my videos. But born in Kakamega, guys. So don't worry. Let's create content here, guys, because it is what it is. Now, let's drop the bomb about Gachagua going wild on Ruto. Now, why is Gachagua going wild on Ruto, guys? Ilhan, near the flower. Okay. Isiolo. I passed by, I only went to Garissa. I've ever gone to Garissa. I've not been able to land in Isiolo, but I'm really planning one day to just travel in this Kenya, go to Remanyanki. At least I'll know there is someone there. I know Joseph Wambura. Even if I don't know the place, I call you, I tell you, okay, where do I alight and which places do I visit? I go to Isiolo, I call Ismail Adan and ask, which places can I tour in Isiolo? And they tell me, it is what it is. And I called somebody else. There was John Akwongo. I don't know whether it's from Nigeria, Ahmad. And we flow with the vibe because this life we will not live forever. We are just going to live for a short while and we need to explore. Yeah, we need to explore the country, guys, day by day. So once I'm ready, I'll be hitting the road because I've been to Garissa, I've been to Machakos, I've been to Kibwezi, I've been to Kitui, I've been to Migori also, but not deep. I went to Homa Bay, I've been to Siaya, I've been to Kisumu, I've been to Muranga, Maua, Nyeri. I've also been to Busia, I've been to Bungoma, Kitale, Eldoret. Which other place? So there are some few places, of course, Nakuru, Naivasha. And that I wish those times I was visiting those different places I was doing videos, I would have shown everything. But it's not a problem. Of course, I'll be exploring all these places. Yeah, I'll be exploring these all places. And that is why I really like live stream, because you get to interact with the audience. And that is why we even get the international viewers, like from Turkey. I have people who watch me from Turkey. I saw others from Germany recently, South Africa, Jamaica, and different places. India also, there's a lot of following. So let's go with the vibes, and when God wills, of course, things will happen. One by one, they'll happen, guys. Let's just pray that God gives us life and gives us the resources. So, Gachagua's shenanigans, the bomb goes on.
Bado isha ikaguliwa na Moi, bado isha ikaguliwa na Uhuru. Wewe shida yako nadhani I had been just another Kenyan like the Kenyan, a selfish person, I would have agreed with William Ruto. I stay as deputy president. I enjoy the privileges, there are many, and we eat. We finish the country. We let the children die, and I just sit there. But my conscience wouldn't allow. I am not a wealthy man, but I'm not a poor person. And I don't need money myself. My children are big, they are working. My Baisia is a pastor. Nywele yake hata haihitaji elfu tatu.
That is Mount Kenya for you guys.
What lesson would I had?
That is Mount Kenya for you. Nywele yake haihitaji 3,000. Hey. Did you hear? All right, so guys, let's proceed with these shenanigans, guys. Of course, you've heard what Moses Kuria has said, and of course follow that up. And it's very saddening, of course, if you have followed up the accident that happened in Kenya today. One, a train and bus at Naivasha, and then the other one, an aeroplane at Kiambu. And you've seen 8 people dying in the train bus incident, and then another one. Okay, Ismail Adani is saying good night. Okay, good night. In Kiambu, we've seen a death of 6 people, guys. Emmanuel Tambla is saying this man claims to be a Christian while faking the heart attack. Which man? Which man, Emmanuel? Let us know. Okay, so meanwhile, we have the U.S. NATO ally, Trump removing Kenya as U.S. and NATO ally due to misbehavior by the president. I don't know how did he exactly misbehave. So, of course, Mudavadi has just clarified, telling us that there's nothing that will happen. I don't know how true that is. Let's see this, guys. Let's see this. Emmanuel Tambla Gachagua during the Senate. He is a husband to our pastor. Why would we not expect him to behave just like Ruto did? He was also a husband of a pastor, Rachel. Anyway, it is what it is, guys. January which? Hey.
And 2 minutes later, he's Ruto enjoying a state visit in China.
Hello, January Witch from Europe. Why did you decide to use the name Witch?
So in short, US iligongewa and they're not happy about it.
That describes this. Relying on leaders who embrace Beijing, it's time to reassess our relationship with Kenya and others who forge tight bonds with China. And it isn't just an embracement of China, but also the, quote, new world order, end quote.
Huyu jamani vizuri US imemgundua so that now they can.
Yeah, guys. So, of course, China and the US are rivals. If you know, you know. China and US do not eat on the same table. Never. And when you are quoting China, know that you can't be in terms with the US. Just like when you're in terms with US, you will not be in terms with China. So you either choose China or US. Now, Ruto wants to have both. He wants to be polygamous in this situation and he cannot win it. US observes everything you do, every move you take, and they want to ensure that they control everything happening around you. Neocolonialism is real. So does China also show its powers. And whatever they touch, they don't want US to touch. January Witch, just a nickname, nothing deep meaning. And I was born in January, all right. So we'll be celebrating a birthday in January. Which month exactly? All right, Europe. How is Europe? January Witch, how is Europe? Tell us something about Europe. Is it better than Kenya? Does it have opportunities for us? All right, so let's get to understand this. let's get to understand this, because we have about 20 minutes to go. About 20, or it may even be less, So US has decided that there is no way they are going to let Kenya be if they are in good terms with China. And of course, it's not just that. Gachagua dropped another bomb saying that Kenya, the president is conducting business with people who are, into terrorism or such habits. So it is what it is. We are not sure about what is what, but those are some of the sensitive stories that come about. Now, meanwhile, of course, I've told you about the story of Nigeria and Ghana. So let's be watching this. January, which says we are struggling as well, like everyone else in the world, but of course, it's nothing compared to your country. All right, yeah, truly, our country, we are really hustling. If you don't decide to hustle, you will sleep hungry, and nobody will care. You will actually sleep hungry because, like, you get very little. It's not enough for the bills. The bills are piling, taxes are piling, health, you pay for health insurance, but still you have to dip down in the pocket. But anyway, what do? It is what it is. We have to try our best. Now, guys, Ghanaians attacked the Igbo people and they destroyed property worth millions, right? I think you can look around here to see some details.
Questions a lot of people are really asking. Based on reports, a particular Igbo leader or Igbo community, a leader of Igbo community in Ghana has said that they are going to build an Igbo village in Ghana and have their own traditions and all those kind of things, which they decided to take laws into their hands by going to the Nigerians, places of business and their houses to destroy their property. That is what we are really getting. I'm calling on Afrobeat artists. If you get something where you want to do for Ghana right now, you better suspect, because Ghana is not safe right now. Even the business community, if you get any business where you want to do right now for Ghana,
African nation, I don't know why they turn against each other. Like there is a time people in South Africa were being sent away, like any other person from any other African country was being sent away from South Africa. Now, currently, Ghanaians are turning against Nigerians. And I wonder, when you begin to demolish a fellow property, what the hell do you want? What the hell? Now, when you look at what happened between Ghanaians and Nigerians, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's actually a shame, yeah, that Nigerians will support what happened in for the Igbo, and all that Ghanaians were justified to do, that they were justified to do, really? Like, really? So, that attack on Igbo's shops, I don't know how they're gonna stop it and how they are going to have a peaceful settlement. I don't know. Whatever defense it is, the xenophobic situations have been happening in Ghana, and I think the same way it happened in South Africa. Now, I also want you to look at the situation of Kenya and Tanzania, for example. Tanzania blocks Kenyans from some businesses in Tanzania. They have been abducting and terrorizing some of the individuals who go there. Yet, we have so many Tanzanians in Kenya. So this is a situation that is very saddening when, people turn against each other in terms of countries or all that, neighboring countries for that matter. This is the nonsense that people need to stop, because it becomes a very bad aspect for people to actually begin attacking each other. And of course, at the end of it, it will create a very bad situation for anyone from those countries. And when bad relations come by, you cannot save the situation at any point. Yeah? Yeah. We can't save the situation at all. So, I don't know, because while watching this, you feel a lot of trauma. Now, I saw this meeting that was going on, and Suluhu is there, and I'm like, I hope they'll settle this aspect on what Tanzania blocked Kenyan business people from conducting. Because when I look around Kenya, we have Zaire people, the Congo people, we have Tanzanian people doing a lot of business, in fact, hawking. And we also have some workers coming from even Uganda to work in Kenya. A lot of people are using Zaire workers also in Kenya. And then when you look at people who sell the refreshments and earrings and necklaces, most of them are from Tanzania, Zaire, and all that. So why should we turn against each other, you know? For what sake? I do not understand. So when I see what happened between Ghana and Nigeria, I'm very sorry about it. And I think it's the worst decision ever for anyone to make in any given country. Let's listen to this analysis
Dr.
here.
Mohammed, you've noted perception, you've noted statistics, you've noted commerce, economy, and how much we exchange between ourselves, even if we're two nations apart. It seems like a salad of sorts that's causing all of these issues. Or maybe let's call it a jollof of sort. So my final and very important question, Dr. Mohammed, please, is which is better, Nigerian or Ghanaian jollof? Dr. Mohammed?
This is interesting.
I know.
I was talking to one of your colleagues a few days ago, and I was chatting with her, and I was telling her that if you ask me this question in secret, my answer will be different. But if you ask me in public, I'll give you a different answer.
Let's hear both. Let's hear the
so
secret
now,
one.
ask me in public, I would say Ghana Jollof is number one. Thank you very much.
We understand and we're good. Thank you very much. We'll take it. Mr. Obed and Ajay, I'm sure that you guys agree. We're not going to ask you. Let's just leave it so. Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been an exciting conversation. We've got more to talk about here inside of Breakfast Extra, so let's let you go. To our viewers, do stay tuned. We've got plenty, at least an hour more, and we'll be back.
A comparison, guys. That was just a break. A comparison of countries. So, January, which is like we are struggling. Oh, I read that already. So let me proceed to... The reality is that since I did a video on Togo protests, we've not seen anything much. I don't know. The news from these countries are hidden or something, because we don't see anything so far presently about Togo. When we look at Uganda, what you're seeing is very limited. Yeah, we're just seeing NRM tribunal uphold with Rujoki Mushabe as Kiruhura woman rep flag bearer and all that. But we still see Museveni increasingly governing in an autocratic way, right? And of course, extending bid to 8-year rule, to 40-year rule, right? And when you look at also Cameroon, which we did another video on, the 24 hours gone, what we've seen is that the Constitutional Council has backed the Electoral Commission decision to bar Maurice Kamto, a key opposition leader, from running for position, right? Dictatorship in the House. I also like doing Jamaican news, and from Jamaican end, we've seen that Prime Minister, Honorable Andrew Holiness, has reaffirmed the government's commitment to fundamentally transform Jamaican education system to ensure fairness, equity, and opportunity for all. We've also seen Cayman's special economic zone closer to the Prime Minister, and transformative plans in the parish of St. Elizabeth. And we've seen some sorrow with the passing away of Don Wehby, right? Those are some of the details I've gathered from Jamaica. For those who are Wagwan in the house, Wagwan. And of course, we discover that Holiness has placed the strongest economic foundations in Jamaica currently, boosting tourism, education, health, policing, and such aspects. Now, when you look at When we come back to Kenya, because Kenya was our focus today, let's get to it and listen to this.
Your business interest. You'll find their way to America and the rest of the world.
I don't know. Sorry.
Are you looking for the most durable outdoor
Sorry for that commercial.
Hi, I'm Regina, the product manager for NAMPRO. I'm here to introduce you and create terror in the world. Your decision to suspend vetting of foreigners before they are given registration in Kenya is a threat to world security. And not just the Americans are concerned, Kenyans are concerned too. And this you must answer. You cannot endanger the security of the world because of your business interest. It is true you are doing business with Al-Shabaab, but you cannot endanger world security. The Americans also want to know why, against the Kenya Constitution, you have become the worst violator of human rights in Kenya. Why are you abducting young children? Why are you killing young children? Why did you abduct American, Turkey nationals of American origin who were abducted and disappeared? These are things that are in the radar of the American security system. You can play around with people in Kenya, but you cannot play with the American government. They have you on the radar. And the evidence is everywhere.
Guys, I listened to that part and I was like, is that why Gachagua went to America? Because where is this emerging from? Anyway, it is what it is. We are going to follow up on that. But ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot in Kenya currently. Every minute there is news about politics, the looting from e-citizen. Now today we've seen the government saying they had a very firm, farm control, and there's no way somebody would steal from them. And like, all right, is that the case? Then tell us where the money went, because it's already, evident that there was money lost. Tell us, because I cannot understand as a common citizen, if something comes out and it's said, then tomorrow they say it's not, I can't understand. So, of course, guys, we've dealt with very weighty matters, and of course with the accident that happened in Mwiho, it's called as Mwihoko, Ruiru, Kiambu, with the plane falling on a roof of a house and killing 6 people. Then the train that also encountered an accident and killed 8 people at Naivasha, I don't know. That was a KDF plane, right? So these are saddening information, and we still have more things to talk about, but I really appreciate your presence here today. January Witch, Emmanuel Tambla, Ismail Adan, why not Joseph Wambura, and who else? Ismail Adan, of course, was there. John Akwongo and Ahmad. I really appreciate your presence, and let's come to an end. Till tomorrow. Adios.